Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're like me and passionate about creating high quality content, choosing the right microphone it's one of those critical decisions to achieving that rich professional sound. Today, we're going to compare two Shure mics to see which one you should buy for your own content creation, the MV7 or the ever popular SM7B. The SM7B has earned its title as a gold standard in podcasting. It's iconic, it's dependable, and it's often regarded as a must-have by industry veterans. On the other hand, we have the newer Shure MV7, a more affordable alternative that it combines excellent sound quality with modern convenience. But here's the question we should be asking. Should you spend the extra cash for the SM7B, or is the MV7 more than enough for content creation needs? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which mic is right for you. And so let's get started. As you can see, I have both mics up here in front of me, and I'll be switching between them throughout the video. The current mic will be indicated in the bottom part of the screen, so check that as we go. The MV7 is connected via USB and has all of the processing turned off. The MV7 is also connected into my Rodecaster Duo, as is the 7B, and neither one has any additional processing on. This way you can hear how the mics compare, and you can hear if there's really that much of a difference between the built-in USB electronics and the XLR output on the MV7, and be able to compare the XLR output directly to the SM7B through the Rodecaster Pro, or the Rodecaster Duo. Obviously, both of the mics are made by Shure, a brand known for durability, and they're just known for professional-grade equipment. Every concert you go to, chances are you're going to see a Shure mic on stage. Singer is probably using an SM58. There's a good chance one of the guitar cabs are mic'd with an SM57. Aesthetic-wise, both mics carry sleek, understated designs that scream professionalism. I mean, think about it. The SM7B is an iconic broadcast mic, and the MV7 was designed to look very much like it. The SM7B is the larger and bulkier of the two. Its sturdy metal frame and integrated windscreen make it a robust choice, but it's not exactly compact or travel-friendly because of this whole thing here. The MV7, on the other hand, is lighter and smaller, and that makes it a good pick for creators who need portability without compromising too much on sound. I've taken the MV7 with me on the road to do interviews and record content, and it's more than good enough. As far as the ergonomics go, you'll notice that the MV7 is geared more towards modern setups with the combination of a USB and XLR outputs, whereas the 7B, it just sticks to the XLR design, the classic design it's always had. If you value the plug-and-play option, you'll probably want to stick around for the next section. And there's something to be said about the simplicity if you're recording by yourself or with remote guests. I'm a big believer in just kind of keeping setups as simple as possible, so it's easy to start recording quickly when you need to. So let's talk about the features that set these two microphones apart. The MV7 is packed with modern conveniences, like we talked about. Most noticeably, it has the USB functionality, which allows you to connect directly to your computer. One cable, and that's it. It's perfect for beginners or solo creators with a simple setup. It also features touch controls for gain and mute, and that's a level of, I guess, user-friendly design you won't find on the SM7B. There's no mute buttons, I can't adjust the gain, none of that. I have to do all of that with an interface or mixer. You can control it by touch or by using the included Motive Mix software. But the thing is, the mute, the volume, it's only available when used in USB mode. In contrast, the SM7B being strictly XLR, it means that you need an audio interface, a podcast mixer, or a portable recorder to use it. This makes it more suitable for broadcast or anyone else who has a dedicated audio setup. Performance-wise, the SM7B might have a more familiar sound, being that it's used by more podcasters and live streamers, and we've been hearing it on radio for so long. It's got that kind of ultra clean studio broadcasty sound. But for most scenarios, the subtle audio quality differences, they may not be enough to justify the additional cost for everybody, especially once we start applying lossy compression to our audio. So let's address the elephant in the room. Why does the SM7B have such a big following? It's no secret that this microphone has been used by some of the biggest names in podcasting and live streaming. But don't fall into the trap of thinking that it's the only reason their audio sounds good. I only picked up the 7B because it's considered the de facto podcaster mic. And I feel like I should probably have some hands-on experience so I can better answer client questions. I've personally never liked the sound of the SM7B when I've listened to it on mic comparisons, and that's why I chose the Electro Voice RE20 as my first mic. The 7B does seem to work well on, at least to my ears, on higher pitched voices, but it's always sounded a little muddy on lower pitched voices. So I guess we get to hear how it sounds on mine. And remember, excellent audio quality is a result of many factors. Your environment, the quality of your audio interface, your post-production, even how you position the mic. Yeah, the SM7B is amazing to so many people, but let's dismiss that idea that it's a shortcut to great sound. With the right setup, an MV7 or even a $50 USB mic like the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X or the Samson Q2U can deliver results worthy of any professional content creator. Now let's talk about value and the law of diminishing returns. The SM7B currently costs about $400, and the MV7 Plus, basically the same mic as the MV7. It just has, I think you can change the colors on it, and I think they added a USB-C connector to it, but it's selling for $279, and that's a $120 difference, and that's before we factor in the necessary audio interface and cables. Here's one scenario. A beginner podcaster with an MV7, they can start recording almost immediately with just a USB cable. The mic and one cable. You can't get much more simple than that. For the same user to achieve comparable results with the 7B, they'll be using an interface or something like a Rodecaster, and devices like the Rodecaster, they take a little bit longer to start up, and you have to adjust stuff to get your levels and all of that. It also introduces more points of failure. You've got the mic, the XLR cable, the interface or the Rodecaster mixer, whatever you're using, the USB cable that connects that device to your computer if you're recording to your computer, or the memory card if that's where you're recording to. Those additional pieces, they can add anywhere from $100 to over $500 to your cost if you opt for something like a Rodecaster Duo. Let's say you want to pair your SM7B with a Rodecaster Duo, and you spend $900 on that combo. Do you really think your audio is going to sound $620 better than the MV7 over USB? And for group podcast setups, the difference becomes a little less stark. Compare 4 MV7s and 4 SM7Bs paired with the Rodecaster Pro 2. That's quite a jump in budget at $420 extra just for the mics. But is your podcast really going to sound $480 better than it would if you were using the MV7s? And even more importantly, are you going to gain any new listeners or viewers because you're using SM7Bs? You could spend that $480 on better sound treatment in your space, and that will have a bigger impact on your audio quality than the SM7Bs will on their own. Let me pause things here for just a second and ask that if you're finding this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe for more in-depth reviews and audio tips like this. And in case you're wondering, you can expect to see a review of the Rodecaster Duo, the SM7B, and the Rodecaster Duo competitor, the Mackie DLZ Creator XS, in the next month or two as I get more experience with them. Here's the bottom line. The MV7 is an outstanding option for solo creators, beginners, or anybody needing a straightforward, versatile mic. Its USB XLR hybrid design, it allows flexibility for those who want simplicity without sacrificing quality, and you can always upgrade to an interface or a podcast mixer down the road, and you don't have to replace your mic. And this is why we've set Tara up with an MV7 as her main mic. She has an audio interface in her office, but she wants something that is simple and just works, so it's connected with USB. She always felt like she was fighting the interface when she was trying to use the mic as an XLR mic. Meanwhile, the SM7B is best for users who already have the equipment and the expertise to make the most of its potential. And if you're recording in a treated studio and want the best dynamic mic performance and you have the ability to splurge, then it's probably worth every cent to you. But don't get it just because you think it's a requirement to be taken seriously. And there we have it. 2 exceptional mics tailored to different needs, both of which are perfectly good at delivering high-quality audio for content creators. But both the SM7B and the MV7, they bring good value, and which one's best for you depends entirely on your workflow, your goals, and your budget. Now, what about you? Which mic sounded best, the SM7B or the MV7? With the MV7, do you prefer the USB or the XLR? Does the SM7B and Rodecaster Duo sound $620 better than the MV7 over USB? Which mic would you choose for yourself? Let me know in the comments below. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.